Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our April Village Board meeting. If you could please rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance with us, that would be great.
It's over there.
Oh, it's in the back, sorry. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. If you didn't have an opportunity to get an agenda, they're on the back table. The first part of our meeting is actually our 2026 organizational meeting. This is our annual meeting we have in April that sets a lot of things up for the village. I think there are copies of this back there as well. Yes, okay, just wanted to double check. A couple of things to note. This is where we set up our, our engineer list for the year. Our village council, happy to continue to work with Young Summer and Allison. So thank you for staying with us. 3-year terms for our ZBA. We have 2 members. Deb Hex is a returning member to the ZBA, and Elizabeth Laparco is going to continue on in her position, so we thank them very much as well for doing that for us. It's our official newspaper is set, and things like that, our banking, our time and place of our meetings, our holidays for the village, so those are always available online, as well as our village board meetings. And they change once in a while, just like this meeting, if there's like a school vacation or something, sometimes we change the date to the 3rd week or whatever we need to do. But for the most part, that's all included. Does anybody have any questions about anything that's on there?
No.
Nope.
No? So could I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Ooh, Michelle beat you, so Michelle's gonna be first, John was gonna be second this time. And roll call, please.
Trustee Serafino?
In favor.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine?
In favor. I'm gonna move down a little on the agenda to staff reports, Altamont Fire Department. Do you have anything other than what you had submitted to us?
No, not at this time.
I would just like to thank the fire department for, we all know there was a recent fire in the village of Altamont. Those things don't happen too often, which is great, but unfortunately it did happen. But I hear you were very prompt, and the personnel that came, everybody responded really fast and did a really great job. So thank you and the rest of the department on behalf of the board.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, appreciate that. I know that then there was a call the same day, I think you went back out again or something.
We went down to
For
Gilbert
sup-
for the brush fire.
That's what I thought, for support for that. So that was a long day for you, everybody, so.
Back then, and it's right back.
That's what I saw, yeah. So we all appreciate that very much. Police Department, do we have anything tonight?
No, nothing for tonight.
Nothing for tonight, okay. That's a good sign. It's always a good sign. Under Public Works, I'd like to introduce you, and I'll have Carter come up, to Carter Gibbons, who's our new Superintendent of Public Works. Do you mind coming up to the microphone here? Carter started with us a few weeks ago, and so far so good, I think. I think he's enjoying himself, we hope.
I am.
And do you have anything you want to share with us? I don't know, what's going on, some highlights?
Just standard stuff for this time of year, plow damage restoration, brush and bag pickup has started. Cold patch application of potholes, we've come up with a plan to identify or plan to address some of the rougher areas to mill and patch this summer, which will be more effective. Completed our meter readings and follow-ups from that. Established a field log and a plan for storm basin cleanup, which is
nice.
very important. And then we started the project for Bozenkill Park. Windows and doors are in, and pickleball court has been fixed, so
Nice.
that's all set.
Yeah, it's a busy summer. We met during our workshops, budget workshops. The focus is a lot on the patching and all that of the roads
Yeah.
this year. And then, of course, Bozenkill Park has quite a few things coming that we had
Yeah.
planned back in February. And they're really, we've had some decent weather in the last couple weeks, so they're off and running, so it's great.
That's
So
great.
thank you very much and welcome.
Welcome.
We'll give you a round of applause. Let's see, make sure I didn't miss anything there. Okay. I am going to move on to public comment at the top. If you have I just wanted to check something for a second.
There's the hearing number.
Yeah, public hearing. If it's a comment about I was looking for the wording, for the budget, just hold it till that time when we have that public hearing. But if it's anything else you'd like to share with the board right now, this is the moment to come on up and share it with us. You can, there you go. Pull it down. There you go.
I really don't need it, but I'm Judy Walters Janine, and I am here to tell everybody in the village to, if they don't have one, they got lots of good deals at Walmart. I saw it yesterday for flags. You got to get your flag out for May 17th. And we're going to really have the best parade there's ever been in Altamont. I am so excited. Even got clowns, folks. I mean, come on. So we think that it's going to be just awesome. Albany County is launching their real float at our parade, which is great for the 250 American Revolution. And we have fife and drummers, and of course we have our regular City of Albany pipe band, who are wonderful. And we have a couple surprises. The big thing is we want the community to know we're going to have a really big community day, and they should bring their chairs because we're going to have a concert. And he is amazing. Wait till you hear him. This guy is amazing. He covers things from my era, for God forbid, right through to every era of music you can imagine. And he's wonderful, so talented. We saw him up on the hill at the Maple on the Lake, and I was lucky enough to get in touch with him, and he said yes, and I was very excited. So he's going to do the concert, and we're going to have, face painting and tattoos and things for the kids, of course, hot dogs and ice cream. So there's going to be a very big celebration, and we don't want anybody just to go home. Bring your chair, just like you do for the library concerts. Mark your spot so that you have it, and it's going to be well worth it, I promise. Did I tell you about the clowns? I did, yeah.
May 17th. I didn't even say that.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, you did.
One thing I just thought of, since we're thinking of events before we move on, was also that this weekend on Saturday is our annual Green and Clean. So if you're good at shoveling mulch, there's no weeding even needed. This is just spreading mulch and helping us do that. Our gardener has been hard at work. Every garden is prepared and ready to go. It's just mulch, so come on out and help us do that on Saturday so we can beautify the community. It starts at 9, I believe, every year, right? 9 to 12.
But probably done by 11.
Yeah, we're usually
Yeah.
pretty efficient, I think.
Many hands?
Many
less
hands
work.
make light work. Yep, donuts, yeah, there you go. Come for the donuts. That's great.
No clowns?
Should have led with the, yeah.
No clowns?
No clowns. We have a few, but. Yeah. Okay, does anybody else need to share anything?
No?
Nope. You stole Dave's thunder.
Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody got to see the double rainbow tonight. It was incredible. First one of the season I've seen. And I'll say right up front, my regrets, I'm going to be away on the 17th, and I've been helping organize on our side of things, and I'm going to miss it all, and boy, it gives me second thoughts. But I'm wearing 2 hats tonight on the ACT Clean and Green this weekend. Will the village gardener be there?
Yeah,
Okay, great.
yeah.
Good. Now, I'll put on my historic Altamont hat. I want to thank Nick. Nick and I have been communicating about the Altamont Trails Master Plan, and I want to thank you for your efforts on that. At this point, we've got commitments for endorsements from Peter Barber of the town of Guilderland, the Capital Region Transportation Council, that's the CRTC MPO, the New York, New Jersey Trail Conference Executive Director, Josh Howard, and the Executive Director of Mohawk Hudson Land Conservancy, Mark King. So the more endorsements we have, the more influence and pushes that plan forward. So thank you very much, and appreciate everybody's help there.
I don't know if you did yet.
I sent it to you, you were gonna, did you get a letter from the village?
You didn't send anything to me.
You were gonna make some changes. We'll get you on ASAP.
It was
Yes.
done, yes, yes. I
Just
think I know what you're
communications, we'll get
talking
you it.
We'll get it to you, yeah. Okay, anybody else before I move on? Keep looking down. Okay, since I don't see any movement, I'm going to move on to the agenda to item number 1, which is consider approval of treasurer's abstracts number 20 and 21 and transfer of funds as submitted. Could I have a motion for that?
So,
Sandra, and second?
I'll second it.
All right, John? Nobody wants to. Sorry, Heather. And roll call, please.
Trustee Serafino?
in favor.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. And for those that are new, and we do this at every meeting, the first number one on the agenda. And basically, we have to go through every bill that is going to be paid and three of us have to sign off on them. Everyone reviews them. We have to sign off before our treasurer can pay them. So that's why it's important we do this every time, so it's our monthly bill paying, just so in case people at home are wondering. Item number 2 is consider authorizing a transfer of $345.96 from a Fund A health insurance line A9060800 to Trust and Agency Aflac line TA20NLA as per request of Heather Kelly, Village Treasurer. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Oops. I'm going to give that one to Nick. Michelle, will you be second?
Yep.
Okay, Michelle is second. Nick is first. Roll call, please.
Trustee Serafino?
In favor.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. We're going to item number 3. Allison, can I ask you to read the notice to open the public hearing?
Please take notice that the Village of Altamont will conduct a public hearing in the Community Room, 115 Main Street, Altamont, New York, Albany County, on April 14th, 2026, at 7:00 p.m. to consider the 2026-2027 village budget before final adoption. By order of the Board of Trustees, Village of Altamont, Patty Blackwood, Village Clerk.
Thank you. So the board started at the end of February, and we had 2 village workshops where the departments come and present. We discuss things, we work with our treasurer to put out a balanced budget, and this was the result of those meetings. A few key aspects just for you to know about. I would say the village, we did raise taxes up to the 2% cap, which gave us only about a $6,000 advantage to do that. We don't usually get too much on that, but in order to keep up with costs, feel the need to do that as things go. But what that does allow us to do, just some highlights, it lets us provide cost of living increases for our staff. This year in particular, it gave us we could take and make a larger investment into our infrastructure reserves for future projects, and particularly like the sidewalk. Last year, we put a nice chunk away, knowing that our in-kind match is pretty hefty for a village our size. So this year, we were able to double that, so that's in there too. We're looking not to pay interest on money, or not to borrow it later on if we can save it. That project's been moved back a little bit. It's not gonna be this summer as we had hoped, but it will be no later than next spring, so next spring, summer. But it does give us a little more time to save and not have to borrow, which I think is a good thing, actually. So, so that's one thing. We provided for more money for that. We increased our support to the library by a couple $1,000s. And then one of the biggest things this year where we felt very strongly about putting taxpayer money and just our funds, every few years we readdress our departments. And we want to make sure that our salaries match the work that the people are doing. And, last year we looked at the police department and we made adjustments as necessary. We've done different departments over the last 3 years, and we had said last year that this year we'd be looking at DPW. Because our team of 6 work incredibly hard, and if you see them around the village, most places have pathways. You have a water department, a wastewater department, a highway department, and they're just in that one lane. But our staff have to do everything. They are water, they're wastewater, they're winter plowing, they install sidewalks, they do everything. And we just felt that as much as we've always tried to give people what we could do at the time, we felt that this was a time that we could really take a look at it and raise the salaries. We're not the highest in the area, but we're not the lowest. We looked around, we compared to other villages our size, we looked at the towns, and there's a significant increase for our folks. So they're not starting at $19 and $20 for the work that they do. So, they'll be getting increases in their salaries, and I'm kind of happy that this is happening. We want to keep them here, have the longevity, because we've always had a lot of luck with that, and I think we thought it was important.
Yes.
And so we were able to do that this time. And of course, just going up a little bit to the tax cap, you all know, because you're doing it at home too, increased costs for fuel, electricity, chemicals, and insurance especially. They're hitting the village hard. Our one bill in February for electricity, one electricity bill was $8,000 and change. It was $15,900 the next month. That's, and we're all, it's affecting schools, villages, it's everybody's doing this, but Yes, 15,000. That was just one of our electrical bills. It wasn't even all of it. But that's how much it doubled, it just doubles. So we hate to always, go up to the cap, but unfortunately, I think everybody's having to face the same thing, the towns, the schools, so. Is there anything I left out of highlights? Do you guys, anybody can think of anything I might have forgotten?
Those are the key points we talked about in the budget meeting, so.
Say it again, sorry.
Salary was important, the key points. And wanted to stress, we want to make sure we have longevity with our staff here at the Village of Altamont.
We do, yeah. Longevity and, and pay them for the jobs they're doing, because we don't have those specialty areas, so they really have to do everything.
Yeah,
And I
they
think
need to have their
that's
certifications.
absolutely, I should have mentioned that, right.
Yeah.
So, and they have to have all these certifications for water and wastewater and those things like that, and
Yes.
it's hard to get those folks. A lot of places that are missing those positions.
It's hard to replace somebody if they do leave, so
It absolutely is.
Yes.
you don't want to do that.
We don't want to do that. So we thank them for their work. So that's what's in here. So if anybody has any comments, you're welcome to come up. This is a public hearing for the budget, and you can come up and, I don't know, tell us anything. Oh, no.
Good evening, Kate Provencher.
Hi, Kate
Hi there. So I want to thank you all. I only got to one of the budget workshops this year, but I appreciate being able to be there and to hear. I just want to thank you all for the work that you do in working with a budget that we have to cover all the needs of the village residents. And I appreciate, Carrie, your giving a synopsis of what the issues were that the board was addressing this year. So I want to commend you on the attention to salaries. I think I probably say that every year.
It's okay.
But I think it's really important, and in these times when cost of living is like increasing exponentially, it seems like, or at least some of the cost of living, I think that that's really important that we do that, and it's good for all of our residents. I appreciate you also talking, Carrie, for the benefit of everybody about the long-range projects that the board is trying to pay attention to, because I think that that doesn't always get talked about, or people don't know about that. I'd encourage you to put that in your village newsletter.
I will.
Because there are a lot of things that the board is trying to balance. And the one thing that I probably say every year, I think that the library asked, I know you increased it by 2,000. I think they asked for an additional 5,000. If there's any.
They asked for 4. We were
They asked
able
for
to go up
4,
to 2,
so you
yeah.
went up 2.
Yeah.
So-
And nothing, more just trying to work that out while be able to afford what we wanted to do for DPW at the same time.
Yep,
So
exactly.
It's a tough balance.
I
so.
get that there's a balance. I'm glad that you paid attention to
Yeah.
salaries for DPW. And if along the way, there are any more, increase of tax revenues over the year, if there's a way to increase the support for the library. I see our library as being a really valuable community center. And I know that they're also, that when we increase our contribution, it helps support their salaries, so we keep them there, and they're increasing programming and hours. So just wanted to speak to that, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Doesn't look like it. All right, if I don't see any other movement, I'd say, could I have a motion to close the public hearing? Michelle, and second,
I'll second it.
and John. And roll call, please.
Trustee Serafino?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
Oh, in favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 4 is consider approving the 2026-27 village budget. Before I ask for a motion, Heather, I was being remiss earlier. I should have looked over to you. Is there anything that I didn't add that you wanted to add? Because you really planned and helped us through this. So.
no, you covered it.
I did? Okay, just wanted to double check. Could I have a motion for approving that?
So moved.
Sandra, and second,
I'll second.
Nick. And roll call, please.
Trustee Serafino?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Moving on to item 5, consider authorizing Carter Gibbons, Superintendent of Public Works, to move forward with termination of water service on April 21st, 2026, if payment is not received from the following delinquent non-residents: Joel Costello, 725 Route 146, and Phoenix, New York LLC, 1180 Burn Altamont Road. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
John is first, Michelle, second, and roll call, please.
Trustee Serafino?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item number 6, consider approval of standard workday resolution of 6 hours per day for mayor, trustee, justice, village clerk, treasurer, deputy treasurer, court clerk, administrative assistant, parks department, historian, fire inspector, senior van driver, gardener, office cleaner, building inspector, and code enforcer for New York State Retirement System for reporting purposes. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Nick moved it, and Sandra is going to be second. And roll call, please.
Trustee Serafino?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Okay, moving to item 7, and these two are also part of this meeting each year, just so you know that these hours get set for New York State retirement. Item 7 is consider approval of standard workday resolution of 8 hours per day for Department of Public Works and Police Department for New York State Retirement System for reporting purposes. Could I have a motion?
So moved.
John
Second.
and Michelle is second. And roll call, please.
Trustee Serafino?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 8 is consider authorizing Mayor Denine to sign renewal contracts with Highmark Northeastern New York and Delta Dental Insurance for the Village of Altamont employees. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Michelle is first,
I'll second.
and Sandra is second. And roll call, please.
Trustee Serafino?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 9 is consider extending an RFQ, request for qualifications for the qualifications-based procurement of an engineering firm to assist with wastewater system improvements for the Village of Altamont. Their proposed improvements include planning, designing, procuring, installing, and commissioning a new ultraviolet disinfection system to meet the village's speedies permit requirements, and training village operators on the proper operation of the new system. This project will be probably around 28 is what I'm thinking. It was a grant we got a couple years ago, well, maybe a year and a half ago or so, and the current administration pulled all those grants away. And then they came up this year for 26, and it was resubmitted, and they got it approved. So this, so now we have to go through the process, which is, again, just like the water line process, we have to get an engineer, find an engineer before we start the design and things like that.
Is this something you need to be certified for versus just teaching them operational things?
Well, they have to, this is for the whole project, so the design plan, and then when I was looking through some of the things, I want the engineers, whoever they are, to be able then to train staff on the
Okay.
new equipment that's going to be going in
Okay, that
eventually.
makes sense. Okay.
Because I just think we should include that.
Yep.
But not an
Absolutely.
additional certification. It would be.
No,
under the existing.
it's, yeah,
Right.
just training, like we have a wastewater operator, so that, but again, new equipment comes in, you have to learn
be
it.
trained on it.
Yeah,
Yes.
so. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
John, and second,
I'll second.
Nick? And roll call, please.
Trustee Serafino?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. So the next two items on our list, they go together, number 10 and 11. So before we get to 11, we're going to do seeker for 6378 Gun Club Road. I'm just going to read up what we have on the Part 3 determination, just so you have kind of a summary of where this is coming from. So the subject property is a 1.14 acre parcel located at 6378 Gun Club Road in the town of Guilderland. The R20 zoning, it's R20 zoning district. The property is improved with an existing 2760 square foot building and 11 parking spaces. The property was historically used as a not-for-profit religious or community facility and will now be used as a for-profit community resource center. The Village of Altamont currently supplies water service to the property and has expressed a willingness to continue providing water service to the property, provided a written water supply agreement is in place, or is executed, and the allocation or amount of water supplied to the property does not exceed a maximum 400 gallons per day, and that amount came from our water folks at the time who looked at this situation. It's consistent with the residential use allocation and the historic water usage on that property. The village is required to provide water service to its residents first and prioritize their needs over non-residents. As a result, the village has had to place restrictions on new or increased requests for water from users outside the village. In this case, the proposed action, an outside user agreement that would include a maximum allocation of 400 gallons per day, does not create a potential or significant adverse effect or impact because it would allow for continued water service to the property at levels that do not exceed the historic usage. So water has always gone to there. It's zoned R20. That's generally one house would be allotted there for one connection. Single-family use water is generally from 2 to 450 at the highest, but usually 2 to 4. So we picked the 400. We went back and looked at the data for, oh my gosh, since like 2009 or something like that. And it's never come close to that because it was zoned, or because of how it was used, sorry, for how the use that was there. I mean, it was a church and it was like a professional development place for police. So if you haven't had chance, you probably did, I hope, but looked at the seeker forms. And I'm just trying to go backwards now on mine. And is there anything that jumps out? So the first, part 1, about the impacts, most of them are no or not applicable. And I don't think there's anything, if anybody's looking at that, that jumps out at you that, unless you see something you want to discuss?
No.
No? Okay. And then on the part 2 impacts, so everything on here, looking at it in my perspective right now, was no or small impact may occur. There was nothing moderate to large. Does everybody agree with that, or you don't have to, but are you
No, that
okay
is
with that?
true.
Yep,
Yep.
small
Small.
impact.
All right. Allison, am I missing anything that I didn't say so far?
No. We have the part 1 of the short form EAF here. The action is not on the type 2 or type 1 list, so we considered it unlisted. So the board reviewed the EAF. We do have proposed responses here, all no or small impact. If the board's agreeable with that, those determinations, Carrie has already read the proposed part 3. We would just authorize execution of that part 3, and that there's a resolution to follow which would approve issuance of the negative declaration under seeker, and then if the board wants to proceed, authorize moving forward with an outside user agreement under those parameters that we discussed, the maximum allocation of 400 gallons per day.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I have to, does that all get covered under item 11, Allison, or do I have to do a separate seeker negative dec? Or is it all included in your agreement with that?
Yep,
Because
so-
it's all in the agreement from what I read before.
Yes.
Okay.
So item number 10 is review of
Yep.
the EAF, which we've done.
Yep.
If the board's agreeable with the responses on part 2 and 3.
I'll go to
We
11.
move on to item number 11, and this is a resolution that both issues and approves a negative declaration and authorizes moving forward with an outside user agreement at the 400 gallon per day allocation.
Okay, so everybody have that so far? So I'll just say, consider you've had time to review that. Consider approval of that resolution to continue water service to 6378 Gun Club Road pending outside user agreement.
Yep.
So are we doing 10 or 11?
I'm doing 11, because 10 we did.
11.
We
10
just,
we
it
did.
just, it's just the review. You're
It's
not,
8.
we're not, but no, because it's, we included it in the resolution. So, yeah, that's why I was asking too, because I didn't know if I had to do a separate one.
Now we have to approve number
Yep.
11.
Can I ask one more question before I ask for a motion? Should it be, it's, yes, consider approval of the resolution to continue the service, but should it also be authorizing myself to sign it after?
Yes. If you look at the last page of the resolution.
Oh, okay, I must have
there's-
missed that.
That's okay. There's 4 items
Yeah.
that the board is authorizing.
It's number 4, I apologize.
Yep, no, that's okay.
I
I'll
missed
run
that.
through them really quick. The first one is
Okay.
determining that it will not have, result in a significant adverse impact on the environment. That's based on the review of your review of the EAF. Number 2 issues authorizes the filing of the negative declaration at the village clerk's office. Number 3 authorizes the village to continue providing the water service upon the condition that the written outside user agreement is executed with a 400 gallon per day allocation. And then number 4 authorizes the village mayor to execute an outside user agreement that substantially forms to the draft that we already
Yes.
have prepared.
Right.
If material changes are requested
It's
by the property owner, we would bring that back to the village,
Okay.
and it would, have to consider that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so could I have a motion to approve the resolution in front of you at this point? Sandra, and second?
I'll second it.
And John? And roll call, please.
Trustee Serafino?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
Fair.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor?
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Is it a question on something?
Yeah, I'm sorry, because I didn't, may I ask a question? I know I'm public comment.
Sure.
What happens if the usage is over 400 gallons a day?
Well, we have, there's a thing, let me see if I just find something in here. Water service. So, we read water meters, obviously, every 6 months, and there shouldn't be an issue, and has yet to be an issue in my mind. At that time, the village has the right to discontinue service, or if something had happened, we'd have to have a conversation and then find, we're not gonna check it weekly, it's, because we can kind of tell in 6 months, okay, were they within the amount pretty much that we're doing, or that they were allocated, and I think that's what we would do, and if something changes where it's going over, then we'll have to have a discussion about the, what would be the consequences of that, what would have to happen then. It's very much about I think most people that live here know that building hasn't been used for anything that impacted our water supply, and it's been closed for several years. And since that time is when we've had the water situations come up where we were concerned about our capacity, like we are not accepting any outside users. So this will allow us to make sure that we don't jeopardize the water usage that we have now, and going forward as well, because it's going to attach itself to that property. So it's going forward, not just, it's not about the business, it's about the property. So that's why we felt very strongly, because when the business was approved, which we had no say about, those conditions weren't, even though we asked, they weren't included. And so this was really important, and we had said that at many of the meetings. So we're trying to do the right thing here to make sure that we're all set.
Doing it on our end because the town did not do it on their end.
Right, we have to make sure, and they understood that.
Come up and say that in the microphone?
No, it's just, but I appreciate that. I know you understand that because you've been hearing us talk about this for quite some time. I am gonna just hope that when, we do our water readings, as we did this time, and everything was fine, I think it's all fine, and then we'll cross that bridge if we come to it.
Okay.
But at least we have something down.
That you can cross the bridge.
Right.
Thank you.
Uh-oh.
Can I ask a question too? If that's so, wouldn't it be better to have the language now in your resolution, or whatever you call it, for what's gonna happen if it goes over 400? What is the consequence, or what are you going to do, or wouldn't that be better to have the language in there, instead of we'll see what happens if it.
No, you're restricted to this amount, and, again, cross that bridge, I guess, when we come to it. I mean, am I saying that right? I think we have to.
Yeah, no, that's right. I mean, we do have a water use law. Everyone who's connected to the system is subject to the requirements and the regulations in that law. This is an agreement that the property owner, we would assume, would abide by. The allocation that they're given is consistent with the historic usage at the property, so it's, and based on their own representations, that the current use would be akin to a residential use. The allocation that they're getting should be sufficient. So, we don't anticipate any
We don't.
issues and expect them to abide by the agreement. And, if they don't, then the village will, be able to look at, all available legal remedies.
Yeah. Okay, so we voted on 11, right? Okay, just double checking, because I. Item 12 is consider approval of resolution authorizing the Village of Altamont to classify unused village land as surplus and entertain offers for sale. Can I have a motion? Sandra, and second?
I'll second. Oh, no. Nick.
All right.
I'll second.
All right, I guess I'm going with Nick. So Sandra and Nick. There's a piece of property that was we tried to sell, I guess, several years ago. Jeff Mueller, our former superintendent who retired, he indicated that this was something they tried to sell many years ago. It's not here, it's up in the town of Knox. It is on a backside of our reservoir. It was purchased probably, I would say it's quite some time ago. It wasn't Jeff who did that when he was on, so it was prior to him in that position. And there's been some interest in it, so we checked with DPW and we talked with Allison about it, and this is step one, is declaring it surplus. It would bring it's not terribly valuable, I would say. You know, for land, it's 4 acres. It's a, very rural lot. It's just full of trees. So we'll see after that where we go with that, okay? Okay, guys, this is not a good habit to get into. I'm not supposed to do this. All right, what's your question?
Is it just the one parcel that you bought?
It's one parcel. It is actually a separate parcel from the reservoir. So even though it's back to back with it, it's a separate parcel from the 300 and odd acres we have up there. So, and I think the thought was years ago to use it to direct some of the water from it into the reservoir, which we are no longer using as a drinking source. So it doesn't have a purpose any longer. Maybe, okay. So could I have a motion to do that? Michelle, and second?
Second.
Nick, sorry, I was not looking.
Or did they?
Oh, see, I wasn't paying attention. Roll call, please. I apologize.
Oh, crap, sorry.
Sandra and Nick.
Trustee Serafino?
It's the questions are throwing me off.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor?
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor?
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 13, consider acknowledging the required annual audits of Justice Green's and Justice Holohan Scally's 2025 records that were conducted March 18th by Trustee Serafino and Heather Kelly, Treasurer. This is an annual thing that we have to do every year. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
And Heather for working with the judges on that, Sandra and Heather.
Yep.
Could I have a motion?
So moved.
Michelle, and who would be like to be the second? John?
I wish it was Nick, because I already wrote it down.
And roll call, please.
Trustee Serafino?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor?
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. 14 is consider authorizing RBC Wealth Management to issue payment of $700 to Elaine Person, beneficiary, sure, I can't say it today, thank you, of Tom Person. Mr. Person earned 51 firefighter service award programs, credit points in 2024 with the Altamont Fire Department, confirmed by Chief Miller. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Michelle, and second?
I'll second.
Oh, Nick beat you to it that time,
Okay.
sorry. And roll call, please.
Trustee Serafino?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor?
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 15 is consider approval of 2025 firefighters service award credits listing per recommendation of Paul Miller, Chief. Could I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Sandra, and second?
I'll do it.
Michelle? And roll call, please.
Trustee Serafino?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor?
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 16 is consider approval of the Altamont Fire Department to participate in the village-wide garage sale on May 2nd, 2026, per request of Paul Miller, Chief. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Oh, Nick got you first, sorry. So John is first, Nick is second, and roll call, please.
Trustee Serafino?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor?
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 17 is consider approving the update to the Village of Altamont fee schedule in the Village Code. You saw some fees, things that we have done but weren't included on the fee schedule. Does anybody have any questions about that? Okay, so could I have a motion?
So moved.
Nick won that one. Who was second over
Sandra.
here? Sandra? Okay, sorry. Sandra is second, Nick is first. And roll call, please.
Trustee Serafino?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor?
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 18 goes along with that, with 17 a little bit. Consider approval of an update to the Village of Altamont's facilities rental fee schedule. The only change I remember, there's a couple of things, but the one in particular was some security deposits that didn't make the last one. It should have been on there. We have been doing it, but we didn't get it on print, so that was a biggie. Could I have a motion?
So moved.
John, and second?
I'll second.
Sandra? And roll call, please.
Trustee Serafino?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 18 is consider approval of Altamont Community Tradition to hold Altamont Green and Clean on April 18th, 2026, from 9 to 12 p.m. Can I have a motion? Oh, no, p.m. Michelle? And, no,
No, 12
12 p.m., 9 to 12.
noon?
9 to 12.
Can I have a second?
Half second.
All right, Sandra. And, oh my goodness. And roll call, please.
Trustee Serafino?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 20 is consider approval of Altamont Community Tradition to hold Strawberry Social on June 23rd, 2026, from 6 to 8 p.m. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Nick, and second,
I'll second it.
John. And roll call, please.
Trustee Serafino?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. The next item, 21, is to consider approval to hire Jeff Cardinal, Schenectady, as part-time 2026 seasonal gardener at $26.66 per hour. Can I have a motion? Michelle
I'll second.
and Sandra, a second. And all in favor, I'm gonna save our voices, ready? Everybody in favor?
Yep.
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? No, there you go, pass. I figure you've said a lot of names tonight. All right. Item 22, consider approval of board minutes for February 26th and March 3rd. That's our workshop and then our meeting, of course. Can I have a motion for that?
So moved.
John is first and second.
I'll second.
Sandra? All in favor of that?
Aye.
And opposed?
Nope.
Okay, it's all carried.
So that was 22 and 23.
No, that was just 22, and now I'm on,
You said both dates.
I said March 3rd.
Yeah, right here.
You know, meeting the third week of April may not be the best interest.
I
We're
know,
much
I'm all
better
messed
on the
up.
first Tuesday of the month. I think
Oh,
we've
you did
confused
say
everybody.
that.
I did.
So now we gotta do this. I gotta go.
So now I'm going to go to number 23,
Sorry.
which is consider approval of board minutes for March 12th, 2026. Can I have a motion?
Okay, so moved.
Michelle, and second,
I'll second it.
John. Thanks for saving us.
That was my birthday.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Oh, okay.
You abstained me.
Oh,
That's why I said it's separate.
that's why. Let's,
wasn't here at that.
I forgot.
You wanna do roll call?
Let's do roll call for that one. I forgot.
Okay. Trustee Serafino?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
Abstain.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. And before we go to 24, does anybody have anything they wanted to share at this time that you could think of that I forgot? Okay. Yes?
Yep.
Okay.
Just that the comprehensive plan is starting
Oh, yeah.
back up again, and I've reached out, waiting for responses. So that's going to start back up again.
So can I make a summary? You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. So the Comprehensive Plan Committee started out and was going along strong and lost some members along the way. And we noticed with the work that has to be done, we need some help of a consultant a little bit more to do that. So
Yeah,
I know John is working on a grant application that may aid with that. And as we keep going, it's not going to stop, but you're going to start up with some of the budget monies we've put
Yep.
into the budget for that purpose. And
So we
we'll-
get an
we'll-
idea with the fee for the consultant.
Right,
and
once
go
we
from
have the
there.
fees from the consultant, we can add that in there for the grant, and
That's
then,
correct.
and I think between that and what we've already allocated, we should be fine.
sufficient,
But, that's great, so, good to hear, did I miss anything, that's good?
Nope.
All right,
Yeah, that'll be it.
all right, thanks for the update. I would say we have to, 24, consider entering into executive session to receive privileged advice and legal counsel from our village attorney. That's outside the scope of the open meetings law. Could I have a motion, please, to enter?
So moved.
Sandra, and second,
I'll second it.
and John, and then roll call.
Trustee Serafino?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor?
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. So if we don't see you for a couple, it's not that far off, our May meeting, it'll be back in our regular evening. Thank you for coming out tonight. I will ask the trustees not to pass Patty's table without signing forms that you have to sign before we go back there.
Okay.
And have a great night, everyone. Turn this off.
5.